we have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
There's a need for a new world order, but it has different characteristics in different parts of the world.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order.
A world in which there is a very real prospect of a new world order.
It's about the future of Europe and a new world order.
After 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
This has proven to be a rather challenging essay to compose due to the vast and detailed subject matter. Though far-reaching, the subjects covered are all related. For clarity and to better grasp the understanding of this thesis, you should liken the following far-reaching content, connections, and associations to an enormous spider web spread far and wide, but where all of the individual strands of these elongated webs ultimately lead to the middle and the center of Illuminism. Secrets of the Ages is the result of 6 years of extensive research into the esoteric and exoteric. The information contained herein is all sourced, documented, and verifiable. Though sweeping in scope, there are clear and concise connections, coincidences, and some immutable facts presented. It is for you to come to your own conclusions, but before you do, put aside your preconceived notions of history and belief systems, and take a serious, objective look at the material presented. On April 27, 1961, President John F. Kennedy gave a speech at the Waldorf Astoria before the American Newspaper Publishers Association. He said, and I quote, "The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which they are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it is in my control, and no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed." End quote. The New World Order is an enormous spiderweb, a bottomless pit of evil that all meets in the middle. And in the middle is an evil parasite feeding off of all of humanity, thriving on our pain, our suffering, thriving on our own weaknesses and our willingness to embrace, even love, their wretchedly wicked and rigged system, a system designed by the elect of the mysteries. Niemöller was one of the earliest Germans to talk publicly about the broader complicity in the Holocaust and his own guilt for what had happened to the Jews. In his book, published in English as Of Guilt and Hope, in January 1946, Niemöller wrote, "Thus, whenever I chance to meet a Jew known to me before, then, as a Christian, I cannot but tell him, 'Dear friend, I stand in front of you, but we cannot get together, for there is guilt between us. I have sinned, and my people has sinned against thy people and against thyself.'" An outspoken critic of Adolf Hitler, Pastor Niemöller spent the last 7 years of the Third Reich in a concentration camp. He is best remembered for a famous quote made at lectures during the early post-war period. And I quote, "First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me." Aside from my own brief commentary, all of the information contained in this essay is true, accurate, and verified. A listing of my source material can be found in the description of this video. I hope this information has been helpful, but please do your own research. Find your own truth. There is only one truth. Seek, and you'll find it.